If I asked you to visualize a genius, your mind probably defaults to a specific image. Someone who speaks in perfectly structured sentences and moves through life with calm, calculated precision. We imagine them as masters of the room, people who never second-guess their own brilliance. But the reality is far more uncomfortable. Individuals scoring in the top 1% of cognitive testing don't usually walk around feeling like super. Most spend an exhausting amount of time convinced they are absolute frauds. They are awake at 3 a.m., overanalyzing a social interaction. Their psychology is often more chaotic, more sensitive, and more human than society cares to admit. Today, we're decoding the 7 weird habits that often signal a high-fidelity mind. These traits, which feel like weaknesses, are actually side effects of a high-power brain. The most consistent pattern in high IQ individuals is a deep, structural sense of self-doubt. In psychology, we talk about the Dunning-Kruger effect, where people with low ability overestimate their competence. But high IQ minds experience the inverse. The more deeply you understand a domain, the more clearly you see its infinite complexity. When your brain is wired to see every variable, you become hyper-aware of the gaps in your own knowledge. To the outside world, you are an expert. To yourself, you are a person standing at the edge of a vast ocean, realizing how little of it you actually know. If you've ever felt like an imposter despite your achievements, it's not a lack of intelligence. It's the byproduct of seeing the world too clearly to be blindly confident. Does your brain only seem to wake up when the rest of the world is going to sleep? Research suggests a strong correlation between high intelligence and nocturnal behavior. From an evolutionary perspective, our ancestors were biologically tethered to the sun. Overriding this ancestral rhythm to pursue abstract tasks is a relatively recent human behavior. For the high IQ individual, the night offers a low-stimulation environment. When the noise of the world drops away, their high-speed hardware finally has the bandwidth to process complex thoughts. Because the life of chronic sleep deprivation in a world built for 9-to-5 morning people. You might have been told that talking to yourself is a sign of instability. Science suggests the exact opposite. Psychologists refer to this as private speech. For a high-capacity mind, language isn't just a tool for communication, it's a tool for thinking. By articulating a problem out loud, you move information into a structured linguistic framework. This engages the brain's executive function differently, allowing for faster error detection and more creative synthesis. If you find yourself narrating your tasks or debating with yourself in an empty room, you aren't losing your mind. You're simply using the most effective processing tool at your disposal. A powerful brain is essentially a high-performance prediction engine. It is constantly running simulations to calculate future outcomes. While this makes you an excellent strategist, it also makes you highly prone to anxiety. In psychology, this is known as analytical rumination. When you can see 10 steps ahead, you also see 10 times as many potential disasters. Your brain isn't trying to make you miserable. It's trying to protect you by solving problems that haven't even happened yet. Intelligence is a high-fidelity instrument, but a high-fidelity instrument picks up more feedback. The worry you feel is often just your brain's attempt to process a higher volume of data than the average person. There is a common myth that people who swear have a limited vocabulary. However, a study found that fluency of taboo words is positively correlated with verbal intelligence. A high IQ mind values precision. They don't use a bad word because they've run out of better ones. They use it because it is the most efficient linguistic tool to convey a specific intensity or emotion. To them, words are a craftsman's keystand. They are comfortable using every tool in the box to get the job done right. Many high-intelligence individuals struggle with what feels like hypersensitivity. A tag on a shirt, a flickering fluorescent light, or the low hum of a refrigerator can register as physically intrusive. This is linked to sensory processing sensitivity. A brain that takes in more information analytically often struggles to filter out the background noise. The same bandwidth that allows you to process deep complexity also forces you to process the entire world at a higher volume. This is why many smart people are perceived as introverted or reclusive. They aren't they are simply operating under a heavier sensory load. If you recognize yourself in these habits, the late nights, the self-talk, the constant inner debate, it's time to reframe how you see your mind. High intelligence is not a free gift. It is a biological trade-off. It offers the ability to see the invisible threads that connect the world. But it asks for your peace of mind in return. It grants you a powerful engine, but it leaves you with a nervous system that is perpetually over. But once you understand the why behind these traits, you can stop fighting your own hardware. You aren't broken or weird. You are simply a high-fidelity instrument in a low-resolution world. If this resonated with you, let us know in the comments which of these habits you struggle with the most. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the science of who you are, subscribe to Psychology Decoded. Mind Mastered, Life Decoded. We'll see you in the next one.